We are live, people. We are live. Man, we got a lot to cover with this Kelsey Harris testimony. Kelsey Harris testimony from the Tory Lanez trial was bananas. Kelsey Harris testimony was bananas. Her testimony is bananas. We're going to get into the second part of Kelsey Harris's testimony. If you watched my earlier broadcast, I went over the morning testimony of Kelsey Harris. But then she continued in the afternoon, and she's actually still on the stand, which is bizarre. Crazy. She's still on the stand. Tone, why don't you come in here, Tone? Why don't you jump in here real quick before I start this synopsis of Kelsey Harris's testimony? I'm about to give you everything that Kelsey Harris testified about in the afternoon. I did a video already for everything she testified in the morning about, but we're going to get into her afternoon testimony. But if Tone wants to jump in here and get in here and ask me a couple of questions, come on in, Tone. I guess Tone don't want no smoke. Tone don't want no smoke. All right. So I'm going to continue where I left off on the other video I did about Kelsey Harris testifying in the morning. They took the lunch break. They came back in court at about 1:30 p.m. And I'm going to give you everything she said. So the prosecutor, Miss Ta, she started off saying, before lunch, you said that Tory Lanez threatened to shoot you. What did he say and what did he do? And Kelsey Harris actually said, well, some of those things that I previously stated were not accurate. So she's actually, she said in September, 3 months ago, she made all these statements to the district attorney's office, and this whole direct examination is asking questions based on the statement she just made in September. And she said, well, some of those things were inaccurate that I said. Okay, what did you tell me Tory said and did? Well, during that interview, during that interview in September, some of those statements were not accurate. But you said that. I don't remember, Kelsey says. Well, let me play the audio to refresh your memory. So this statement that Kelsey gave in September was all recorded. So there are plenty of audio. There's plenty of audio clips that the prosecutor plays during this direct examination. So the first audio, she plays a clip where you can hear Kelsey telling the DA, he said, I'll shoot you. They play that clip. And then the prosecutor asks, is that what happened? Kelsey says, no, I wasn't being truthful in that interview. You told us that he threatened you, Tory Lanez. Do you remember what he did? No. So she plays another audio. This audio, you hear Kelsey saying he reached toward the console, but never pulled anything out, reaching towards the console for a gun. They played an audio of her saying that in September. And then she asked, you told us that Tory Lanez reached towards the center console, and you told us that you said at that time to Tory, if you shoot me, then it means it's my time to go. You said that Tory Lanez was reaching in the area. Her reply was, I don't remember. So then they played another audio clip of her saying that. And then the prosecutor asked, did you tell us that? Yes, I did tell you that. Your response was like, okay, if you shoot me. And then she said, I said things that were not true. Prosecutor says, okay, you said it was an argument in the car with Tory Lanez, and he called Megan bitches and hoes. Then you stepped in to defend Megan, and you said to Tory, you can't talk to my friend like that, right? She responds, yeah, I may have said that. What happened after the argument? After Tory Lanez threatened to shoot you, what happened? She said, Megan gets out the car. There's a bus stop. Tory got out the car. They talk. I was in the car and Quan was in the car. What was the mood when they first got back into the car? It was calm and relaxed. What happened next? She said, more arguing. What did they argue about? Kelsey said, it's all a blur. Now, in September, when you spoke to us, was it a blur then? We're arguing about artistry. Weren't they arguing about artistry and career? Kelsey says, I believe so, but I don't remember. Okay, so then they play another audio. In this audio, it says, you hear Kelsey saying that they were arguing about artistry. They were hitting each other up about career as artists, and they were going back and forth about artistry. Okay. What happened next? The prosecutor asked. Then Kelsey said, me and Megan were arguing a lot, going back and forth, and about her backdooring me. That came up. Now, the backdooring is she's referring to finding out that Megan was involved in a relationship with Tory Lanez. Prosecutor says, okay, so at the second time you guys stop the car, a shooting happens. And then Kelsey asks, can I take the fifth? Can I plead the fifth? The judge tells her, no, you have to answer. And then her answer was, there were some shots. And then the prosecutor went straight to it. Did Tory Lanez bribe you? At this point, it's pretty clear that Kelsey does not want to say anything negative about Tory. So the prosecutor starts asking her about, did Tory Lanez bribe you? Then there was a long pause, an extremely long pause. And then she said, not just me. I wouldn't say a bribe. Then the prosecutor asked, did he offer you $1 million? Not to mention. And she said, yeah, he offered. About the shooting? No, he didn't say anything about the shooting. A shooting occurred, right, Kelsey? Yes. You saw what happened. I mean, no. The way I was positioned, no. I didn't see it. After shooting, you and Meg get in the car with Tory and Quan? Yes. In the car, did Tory say, shut up? Her answer was, everyone was saying, shut up. Did Tory say in the car when the police were pulling you guys over that he was going to pay both of you guys $1 million? Kelsey says, I don't recall it that way. What did he say? I don't know. I don't remember. Were there other times Tory offered favors in exchange for not talking? Her response was, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Did he offer to hire you an attorney? I don't remember that, Kelsey says. Okay, so this is where the prosecutor plays another audio clip from that September interview. And we don't have an exact date for this interview. It's always referred to in the afternoon. It was referred to as the September interview, but it's very recent, September 2022. So she plays the audio clip, the prosecutor, and in the audio clip, Kelsey is telling the prosecutor, Tory was very apologetic. I said it's not okay. Tory said, what can I do? His lawyer, Holly, told him to offer a job, but I did not want to be connected to Tory. He offered a lawyer. I did not need an attorney. Tory was, can I invest in something? His attorney, Sean Holly, told him to word it that way. I said, I don't need anything. And then he asked for a hug. So they played that audio clip. Prosecutor asked, does that refresh your memory? She says, I don't remember. Is that what happened? The prosecutor asked. And she actually said, no, that's not what happened. Then she asked, what happened after the second stop? Now, there were two stops that they made after they left Kylie Jenner's house. The first stop is when Megan either sat or stood by a bus stop. Then Tory gets out, talks to her, and they get back in the car. Then the second stop happens on that side street, Nicholas Canyon Road, and that's where the shooting happens. So the prosecutor asked, what happened after the second stop? Megan gets out the car, and I hear shots, Kelsey says. Who gets out first? She says, we get out at the same time. Then I hear shots. What do you see? I don't know. It's all blurry to me. And then the prosecutor said, well, in September, when you came to my office, none of this was blurry. And then she said, well, I said some things in that September interview to protect myself. What do you mean after the, what do you remember after the shooting? I don't know. She started limping. I went to where she was. In September, you said Megan and you jumped out the car. Did you not say that to us? I remember getting out the vehicle. Did you not tell us there were 5 shots fired? I can't remember. Did you tell us that Tory was in the front seat, leaning over the door? He must have jumped in the front seat from the back seat and started shooting. Kelsey's response was, that interview I gave was untruthful. Did you tell us that? I don't know. So the prosecutor plays another audio clip. This audio clip is Kelsey's telling the prosecutor, this is in September. She says, Megan gets out. Then I get behind her. We're getting out the vehicle. Then we start hearing gunshots, 5 shots. Then I look up. Tory is in the front. He made a smooth transition. She's saying in the front seat. He made a smooth transition. He's leaning over the front door. Now, this is important because Tory was sitting in the back seat of the car. They're saying that the shooting happened. The shooter was in the front seat. So that either means if Tory did the shooting, that means he either got out the car, walked around, he got out of the rear driver's side door, and then walked around and got in the front, or he just crawled from the back seat to the front seat. So remember, we learned on day 2 that the shooting happened very quickly after Megan got out the car, very quickly, within seconds. So is there enough time for Tory, if he's the shooter, to go from the back seat to the front seat? So they play that audio where Kelsey explains that she sees Tory in the front seat shooting. And then the prosecutor asks her, after playing that audio, does that refresh your memory now? She said, well, that's what I told you. Did you see Tory shooting over the window? I don't remember. And then the prosecutor, she's frustrated at this point, and I think the prosecutor is starting to wonder if, we're trying to figure out, well, what really happened here. I think there is a little bit of doubt. I think the prosecutor had a little bit of doubt if Tory was the shooter, because then she says, did you shoot Megan, Kelsey? And she says, no. Then she asked her, did you grab the gun? She says, no. Did you fire a gun? No. And then, did you ever apologize to Megan? No. Now, maybe that's just part of the prosecutor's strategy, just to put that out there. But at that point, Kelsey was pretty much denying everything. And then she just previously said, I was trying to protect myself. That's why I said these statements in September. So then the prosecutor just started asking her, did you shoot Megan? And she said no. All right. Then she asked, who apologized that night? Now, we heard a lot of testimony about Tory apologizing, and she said, I don't remember. After Megan started limping, what else did you see? I don't remember. Did you go check on her to see if she was okay? Yes. What happened? It's all a blur. Did you tell us she was bleeding? I don't know. There was some blood. I can't tell you I saw her bleeding. Did you say Tory aimed the gun in a downward position towards Megan? I don't remember what I told you in September. Did you tell us after 5 shots, everyone froze and Megan crawled, walked, or limped to a driveway? That entire night was a blur. Did you say you stepped in between Tory and Megan and that's when Tory assaulted you? No. Did you say you felt betrayed by Megan? She created rumors that I took hush money. Was your necklace broke off when Tory Lanez assaulted you? Is that what happened? No. Your necklace broke? I don't know. It fell or broke. I realized it was gone the next day. Did you tell us, though, that you broke your fingernail? Remember the acrylic fingernail that we learned about on day 1 and day 2? Did you tell us that you broke your fingernail during a fight with Tory? Yes, I said that, but it didn't happen. You said that Tory was pulling your hair and that's when the chain came off. I said that. I said a lot of things in September. I see you in there, AG. Hey, we're going to get to that part in a minute. We're going to get to that part in a minute. The last thing I just said is the prosecutor said, you said that Tory was pulling your hair and that's when the chain came off. I said that. I said a lot of things in September. So what happened in the driveway with Megan? This is the driveway that Megan had limped to or crawled to after she was shot and she was bleeding. Kelsey says it's a blur. Did you send a text message to Justin Edison right after the shooting? And this is the text message where she wrote, Tory shot Meg, help. Her answer was yes. And then at this point, Kelsey says, hey, I need a break. So her and her attorney take a break. They walk out the courtroom into the back, take a break for a few minutes. And then she comes back and the prosecutor continues the questions. This is a good question here because there's so much confusion going on during her testimony. So the prosecutor said, did something happen to you, Kelsey, between September when you came to my office and spilled all the beans and to today? Did something happen between then and now? And she said, that caused you to forget everything. And she said, well, I told you I had a death in my family. I have a baby. My baby's sick. I don't want to be here. Did the defendant or attorney contact you after you came to our office in September of this year? No, ma'am. Did you text Justin? Yes. Did you send that text? The text that says Tory shot Megan. Yes. Why did you text Tory shot Meg to Justin? It was just an assumption. Well, you told us in September that you text Justin because you saw Tory shoot Meg. Now, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Then the prosecutor, she started asking about bruises that Kelsey had on her body. Did you have bruises from Tory Lanez assaulting you? I don't remember. You were injured that night, weren't you? Yes. How did you get those injuries? I noticed them the next day. I don't know how I got them. How did you get this thigh bruise in the photo? They show a photo. I believe it's her left thigh that has a pretty long bruise. And she said, I didn't notice that bruise until the next day. And these photos were her photos. So the prosecutor asked, why did you take photos of your own injuries? And she said, because I noticed them. Well, you told us that those bruises were from Tory. Yes, I did say that in September. You said that Tory was pulling your hair. Yes, I did say that too. Now, after the shooting in the car, did Megan have her leg on top of you? Yes. Was Megan bleeding on you? I don't know. Did you notice Megan bleeding? No. Whose suitcase is that in the photo? Remember that on day 2, they showed photos of the suitcase and the Louis bag. And Megan said she didn't know whose bags that were or whose items that was, but it turns out those are Kelsey's. So Kelsey said, that's my suitcase. And the suitcase had a little trickle of blood, or I would say smears of blood on the top part of it. There's a gold little area on the suitcase. Prosecutor asked, whose blood is that on the suitcase? I don't know. Did you notice where Megan was bleeding from? No. Did you tell us that Tory told you not to say anything? That he was about to sign a big deal and that he would give you both you and Megan, $1 million? Her answer was, I said a lot of things in September. Were you being truthful in September? Sometimes. Why were you not being fully truthful in September? The prosecutor asked. Kelsey said, well, to protect myself. From what? To protect myself. Why? The prosecutor asked. To protect myself. From what? From a variety of things. From what things? The prosecutor asked. And she replied, I just need to protect myself. I just don't want to incriminate myself. At that point, I was like, whoa, incriminate yourself. What could you possibly be incriminating yourself about? Now, remember, in opening statements, the defense attorney stated that you were going to learn that Tory Lanez did not shoot Megan, that it was Kelsey. So that was interesting to hear her say. I didn't come forward honestly, truthfully, because I did not want to incriminate myself. Then the prosecutor says, again, she says, Kelsey, did you fire that weapon at Megan? No, I did not. Then to protect yourself against what then? Because I didn't see Tory shoot. Are you scared to testify? I just don't want to be a part of this, Kelsey said. Prosecutor says, you know you're under oath. You still have to tell the truth, even though you have a use immunity agreement. You didn't know Megan was bleeding profusely? That's the truth. Did you tell the truth about the text you sent to Justin? I did not see Tory shoot. Why would you send that text? I was in a panic. Were you in a panic in September when you said Tory shot Megan? No, ma'am. Then the prosecutor goes to another topic. After the police pulled the car over, where did you end up going? She said, jail. Were you swabbed for GSR, gunshot residue? I don't remember. Were you interviewed by the police and you told the police you wanted a lawyer like you've seen in the movies? And that's kind of interesting that she actually didn't make any statements to the police after she was arrested. The statements that she ended up making are 2.5 years later, and no, 2 and some months years later that she made in September. But when she was arrested, she made no statement. Then she said, did Julie, Megan's manager, pick you up? Excuse me. I'll go through some of these questions in the chat once I'm almost finished. And then if you want to tap in, I'll bring you in the chat. Here's the link. But let me just wrap this up real quick, because I want to make sure you guys get the full scope of what happened. What was the last thing I said? Oh yeah, Julie. Apparently, a girl named Julie. This is the first time we're ever hearing this name, Julie. Megan's manager picked you up from jail. Yes. Where did you go? To her apartment. Did you change clothes? Yes. Were your clothes ripped? Yes. How? How did your clothes get ripped? It's a blur. I don't remember. Did you say your clothes were ripped because of Tory Lane? I don't remember. And at this point, Kelsey asked for a short break. She says, I need a break. And then again, she walks off with her attorney. They walk out the back room. And we did see a photo of Kelsey at the police station with a ripped top. And according to the defense attorney, that ripped top occurred because of a fight between Kelsey and Megan. But of course, Megan denied having a fight with Kelsey. Kelsey is not saying what happened. The prosecutor wants us to believe that the clothes were ripped because of what Tory Lanez did. So much confusion going on. There's so much reasonable doubt going on. It's out of control. Like all the versions of all the little sub stories that have gone on. There's like a different version. It's not only a different version for the whole story, but all the little sub stories have different versions. All right, so she comes back from a break after about 5 minutes, and prosecutor Ta continues. After leaving Julie's house, where did you go? To the hospital. What did you learn? She said it was disclosed to me that Megan had stepped on glass. Did you try to reach out to her? I don't remember. This is your best friend, though. Yes. Didn't you want to know what happened? Yes. But she was with her team. Megan was with a team. Did you get a call did you get a phone call while you're at the hospital? Yes, from Tory. What did he say? I don't remember. Now, of course, this whole phone call is recorded because Tory made this call from jail. From jail. This call came in at around 9 a.m. So we're roughly about 4.5 hours after the incident. And they play the audio. And Tory says, I know she probably won't talk to me again. I know that Megan won't talk to me again. I was so drunk. I don't know what was going on. I know I can't take it back. We was just drunk. They gave me 5 shots at the door. He's talking about when he got to Kylie Jenner's house. Apparently, in order to go into her house, you got to take 5 shots at the door, according to Tory. I was really effed up. Figure out, and then he closed the conversation to Kelsey saying, "Figure out what you have to do to get me to bail me out." And she says, "Okay." So it seemed like they had a cool conversation, a little bit of tension you can pick up in the conversation, but Kelsey was attentive and she said, okay. And then, of course, we all find out Tory got bailed out. Prosecutor continues, did you repeatedly ask Megan's team to see her, but they blew you off? She said, yes. I was confused and upset. I don't know why I was getting blown off. Then they told her that LA was dangerous to be in and you have to leave. Did they book a flight for you to leave? Yes. Were you upset? Yes. They booked a flight for her to leave to go back to Houston, Texas. And the prosecutor asked, when you went to Houston, how did you feel? She said, upset. Did Megan try to set you up with a place? And she said, I was in a hotel for 2 weeks. Now, remember, she just moved out to LA to live with Megan. She gave up all her furniture. She rented out her place. She didn't have anywhere to live. She's in a hotel. And she testified that she was in a hotel for 2 weeks and had no place to go. You met up with Tory after the shooting. She said, yes, I got my belongings. What else happened when you met up with Tory? And then there was a long pause. Like she was just thinking, like she had a look on her face like, what do I say here? And then, of course, she said, I don't remember. Was he apologetic to you? Yes. Why? I don't know. You didn't feel safe meeting with him and Jaquan, his driver / security. She said, well, I didn't trust anyone. Did you say Tory was mad at Megan because she attacked his artistry? I did say that. Did you say he pulled out a gun? I don't remember. What was the falling out between you, Kelsey, and Megan really over? She replied, that's a great question. I don't know. When Megan released her official statement, she did not protect you. Correct, she said, against the accusation that you fired a gun at her. That accusation that you shot Megan is false, right? Correct. I did not shoot Megan. Was Megan upset with you about your public statement on Instagram? And she was not able to answer that question. And that was the end of the day at about 4:20 something. She will come back on the stand tomorrow morning. She took up the entire day, but they didn't really start. They didn't start right away. They started after 11. So they went till noon and continued at 1:30. So she was on the stand from 1:30 to, let's say, 4:20 with a couple of breaks in between. But she's back on the stand Monday, and I'll take some questions. Or does anyone want to tap in? That was pretty much the entire synopsis of Kelsey Harris's testimony. There's another video that I did for the morning testimony. This right here was the afternoon testimony. And I guess I thought there was a part about bitches and hoes. Did I skip a part? No, I guess that just came up in the morning where the prosecutor was asking about Tory calling them bitches and hoes. Yeah, that probably just was in the morning. All right, Meg been caught in the numerous lies already. Look, Meg been caught. Let me tap in right here with urban politicians. But yeah, Meg was caught in a bunch of lies. Kelsey's lying. So this is interesting.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Do I got an echo?
There you go. I hear you now.
Do I got an echo?
No, you don't.
Okay, cool. Nah. I just think, man, overall, at the end, everything ain't nothing credible. It's kind of like it's almost a waste of time in a case at this point.
Yeah, I agree. As today was, to me, the whole prosecution's case just crumbled right in front of everyone.
Yeah, you got two people on the stand who've changing stories. The two witnesses, the victim and the witnesses, have changed their stories. The physical evidence is shaky. The everything from the way the police gathered the evidence, all the way to the supposedly I heard the bullets were found in the yard.
Well, they found 4 bullet casings in the street.
Oh, they found them in the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they found one in the yard. They didn't
Okay.
find all 5. There are definitely 5 shots because we heard the audio from
Okay.
someone's ring camera, but they found 4 casings.
Okay. Well, I'm just like, I don't, because I always try to like really tell people that when you go to trial, it's all about the jury being able to make a decision without a doubt. And if they are clearly on the stand saying a bunch of I don't knows and I don't remembers, and they not credible at this point, when it's a key like topic that you're talking about, you have to be credible. That's just how I feel. I could be wrong though.
No, there's no way that all 12 jurors are going to find this man guilty. It's just impossible as of today. And plus, the defense is going to call a neighbor that's going to say that he saw Megan and Kelsey fighting. He saw 2 girls. He doesn't know them by name. That he saw 2 women fighting. So if they bring that witness to court, that's going to be the nail in the coffin.
Y'all seen that on the first day that they said they had that witness that was saying they were fighting, and I was like, man, if that's true, because it's a lot of stuff that they were saying that was supposed to come out. Even the first day when they announced that Kelsey would be actually testifying that Tory did shoot her, that came out on the first day, and then now she's been caught amnesia. So it's like she not credible at this point. She made herself not credible, and it's like they don't have a case at all at this point.
Also, I think the sexual part, Megan loses a lot of credibility because she's having sex with Tory Lanez behind her best friend's back. Yeah. That's some cold. I mean, I can understand a regular friend, maybe an acquaintance, but this is your best friend from 2013. How many years? So this is 6 years. This is 2020. This happened. So this is a friend you've known since college, 7 years. And as Kelsey put it, she backdoored her.
I'll say this right here too. It's a thing in it all. Even if she backdoored her or not, if she was honest about it from the jump, they would have been like, okay, oh well, like that's some regular shit. But now it's just like, man, you just super untrustworthy. We can't bet somebody's life off of your word.
Yeah. This whole case is a mess.
So I do got one question for you though. After the new charges they added on Tory, like right before the trial started.
Yeah.
The possession, what was one of them, possession of a gun charge or something?
The new charge was shooting the gun. What was that charge? Shooting the gun, reckless endangerment or of shooting a firearm, something like that.
So I say that to say this. They granted Kelsey the immunity, and I don't know how all the laws work. Because he has that gunpowder on him, can that be you fired? Can they try to charge him with, hey, you're gonna get charged with this though, because since we can't get you with this, you did test positive for gunpowder, so that means you fired the gun. Unless he's gonna go and say Kelsey fired the gun.
Well, that's what they're saying. That's what the defense attorney said in opening statements, that the GSR is on Kelsey's hands too. And they went through the 3 ways that GSR can get on your hand. 1, of course, you shoot the gun. 2, you're very close to the person that's shooting a gun. I think you got to be within like 3 to 5 feet. And then the 3rd way is if you touch a person who just shot a gun. They're arguing their premise is that Kelsey shot the gun and that Tory probably went over to stop her, and that's when he touched her hand or grabbed the gun. to stop her from shooting. So no, he cannot. If he's found not guilty, then he's found not guilty of all charges.
Okay, well, good then. I mean, on his part, because they can't find them guilty off of this, man. Just then this witness, that's gonna be the icing on the cake. Uh, I don't know about the hospital records and the bullet fragments and all that, but at this point, man, it don't even matter after hearing these first 3 days and what was said in court, how they played what they said on the stand, and then their credibility is just shot, especially Megan. She's been lying so many times. It's like you can't, I'm not for women getting beat, shot, or hurt or anything, but if you lying, then can't nobody take you serious, man. It just is what it is.
Yeah, and you know what really buried Megan, and this is a lesson for everybody, that if you're ever caught up in a legal matter, stay off the internet talking about it. It's never going to help you. Stop. Don't do any interviews about it. So she went on the Gayle King interview. That backfired. They played one of her Instagram lives where she was trying to vindicate herself. That backfired on her. So the lesson here is wait for the trial to happen, and then after the trial's open, then you could trial's over, open up your mouth then. But those came back to bite her severely.
It's crazy because the whole time I told everybody, like right after it happened, I said all of these lives are gonna be brought up in court that she did. I said everything that she said will be used in court. Every tweet, every Instagram live, every comment she make. The when they cross-examine her, they gonna be able to kill her. She has to stick to everything she said, and I was like, it is no way that her team is really allowing her to do this.
She got a terrible team, man. She got I'm sorry. Megan has a terrible PR team. You never go on the internet when there's an open criminal case where you're the star witness. But she thought she was smarter than everybody, And
I think they just was focused on more so I think they got focused at some point in time, and even her, like, man, we just trying to get the public perception on our side at this point.
I guess all they cared about was the career part of the career. Her career was more important than Tory Lanez being prosecuted, I guess, because I'm not saying Tory's innocent. What I'm saying is they're not proving he's guilty. They're not proving it because we have two liars. The two main witnesses in this case are just liars, and they're like the worst liars. They're like backstabbers. I mean, they're everything you can think of. And I can't even imagine how Tory how he tolerated hanging out with both these women for as long as he didn't hang out with them that long. Probably lasted less than 6 months.
Just September. She she can't remember stuff from September. I'm like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. She saw the opportunity where, hey man, I don't have to tell on nobody, and I could play dumb. I'm gonna go for that because hey, I don't rock with her and Megan ain't friends no more anyway. So she looking at it like, shit, why go on the stand and be looked at as somebody that told and got somebody locked up when she ain't rocking with me no ways. That's how I think she kind of looking at the shit. And man, that just show you how cutthroat the game is at this point.
Also, one of the biggest contributors to this whole tragic situation, thankfully no one died, but the biggest contributor to this was alcohol, man. Alcohol every step of the way. Every step of the way. Without alcohol, I think cooler heads would have prevailed. And it just goes to show you, man, the power that the alcohol has, especially when you abuse it.
Nah, for sure. Nah, you drank a lot, no sleep and drinking, you could go to the next level and trip out, man. But I just feel like it shouldn't have. It just feels like they should have went on ahead and just said, you know what, let's get past this. Let's not even take this to another level. But I guess when prosecution came in, the bed was already made, and I don't know, man. It just don't look good on. It don't look good on nobody right now. And really, what's crazy is that like Tory Lanez, and it's just outside the case where with the way the industry and the culture go move, it's gonna be like there's not gonna be a clear-cut answer where it's undeniably was she lying, he lying, or this person lying. It's like where people have to fall on it and take it as what it is. Like they're gonna be saying, I can believe who I want to believe.
Hey, you know who the only person I would believe telling this story is the driver, Jaquan Smith. And unfortunately, nobody knows where he's at. But he wasn't drinking. He didn't go inside Kylie Jenner's party. He waited in the car. He seems to be, the most level-headed person in this whole thing. But I doubt he wants to even be a part of this trial, even if they try to force him to. But he knows the truth. Jaquan. One day, Jaquan's going to tell his story, man, because he was right there and saw the whole thing.
Yeah, probably for a bag. He'll tell it for some money.
Yeah,
it's
going to be
the overall truth of that story, like be on 60 Minutes or something, man.
Yeah,
and I also wonder, I heard that they said that Corey was gonna come testify.
I'm not sure if I heard that. I did hear, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen because his name didn't come up when the prosecutor did their opening statements. In fact, the prosecutor said that Justin, who is Megan's manager / security. This is the one that Kelsey sent a text to. He texted Justin saying, Tory just shot Meg. So in the opening statements, she said that Megan's going to testify and say Tory shot her. Justin's going to testify and say that Tory not only did he receive the text from Kelsey, but that Tory admitted it to him personally. And then they also said that Kelsey's going to come to court and say Tory shot Megan. And of course, that fell apart. So we're waiting on Justin. But Justin is kind of like hearsay. Justin is going to come into court and say that Tory admitted it to him. And I don't think the defense attorney is going to let that come out. He's going to be an objection. But the Corey person, I'm not sure. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't even think that could be credible to what they've already displayed on there. I mean, like she already said she didn't see him shoot, and then Kelsey took everything. She eliminated her stance. You just a random witness that he admitted it to you. Like that's your word versus his. So it's kind of like, man, what do they call it when they just say can they just say, you know what, we ending this shit? Can they just say that?
I've seen that happen in 20 years of dealing with the courts. I've seen that happen one time where a guy was getting prosecuted and the defendant pulled out a videotape to show that the police were lying. And once he pulled that out, the prosecutor said, Your Honor, I'm going to have to dismiss all charges against the defendant. And then he ended up charging the LAPD cops. But yeah, if the prosecutor wants to, they can just say, you know what, Your Honor, we feel that this case ain't going in our favor. And at this point, we want to dismiss all charges. But I've only seen it once, and prosecutors are very stubborn. They're very stubborn. Once they're locked and loaded, they just go with it most of the time. Oh, I guess we lost them. I think we lost them. Let me bring them back in.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I've only seen that happen once, but most prosecutors are so stubborn that they don't want to dismiss it. Plus, they got to get the okay from their boss. So, you know what's crazy? Maybe tonight, the prosecutors for this case spoke to George Gascon, who's the head DA, and said, hey, George, this case is falling apart on us, and we think it's a waste of resources to continue. And it's probably better, in the interest of justice, we should dismiss all charges against Tory Lanez. But we won't know until tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to you being hands-on with it too, man. I watched the one from last night. Well, really all the ones you've been dropping, I've been tapping in. I watched the one from earlier today. I guess you was by the courthouse and stuff.
Yeah, I did that one because that's when Kelsey first came on the stand, and that was during the lunch break.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, let me tap in on this because we have a lot of people in this courtroom from the media. I think there were 20 people there today.
Okay.
And more than for Eric Holder's trial. There's more interest in someone getting shot in the foot than someone actually getting killed.
Well, this was like really supposed to be, this supposed to be like the super high profile case of cases at this point. Like it was this right here is something that's been anticipated, but I think now everybody just ready for the decision at this point. Like everybody over it now. Like the first couple days, like when it was building up, and then the day when they went to court, like okay, because there's been so much back and forth on the internet, how the rap industry moved, even with like the supposedly Drake sneak dissing and the baby getting involved, and then the other, like all the other stuff that came around it is what made it be like, okay, everybody want to get in and get involved in this stuff like that, as opposed to like the Nipsey Hussle, the Eric Holder situation was like, it was what it was. It can't get no worse. Like Nipsey gone. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people was just like, we don't even want to get involved with that because that was just like a cold-blooded murder.
And Eric Holder has a pre-sentencing hearing on Monday, and this trial still might be going on Monday. We don't know. So I'm gonna be popping in two different courtrooms, same building, on Monday. But you know what I thought was interesting was the pettiness between Megan and Tory. Well, Megan started it where they started dissing each other's career. Like, my career is better than your career.
Yeah.
Tory, I'm the bigger artist. You're the little artist. I'm more important. And I'm just like, wow, is this what artists really do when they mad at each other?
That's what people do when they mad at each other.
I don't know. Look, you think professional athletes get into an argument and say, well, I'm a better basketball player than you?
Nah, not really. It just, I mean, it's personality. It's personality flaws, man. Like it's like, I think though about being an artist, artists tend to have egos. Like people that are creators, because like athletes, it's physical. It's not really a creative thing. But I think when it comes to like creatives, people who do art, people who do fashion, people who do art, fashion, content, music, things of that nature, it's because we're coming either off the top, or we're trying to build an audience, or it's about like, I'm more special than you, as opposed to, well, nah, we could get out here and play basketball.
Now, that competition is one thing, but to be petty, that's like you and me getting into an argument. I said, you know what, Big Ant, my platform is better. Street TV is way better than urban politicians.
Yeah.
You ain't got shit on me. It's like, I would never even have that conversation, but I'm very competitive. I want to put out quality content. I want to put out stuff that's interesting, but I ain't going to get into a shouting match about my platform is better than your platform. And that's what people they were doing in the back seat.
That's what everybody does now, though. That's the game. Everybody in like competition about this and that. Who got the better this? Who got the most subscribers? Who doing this? Who doing that? And you see how the game is going. You see where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Where it's different now. It ain't what it was no more. It ain't like an organic love for it. It's like no message. Like overall, what is the end goal? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's nobody don't have an end goal. It's just get the content out, to get the views, to grow the platform, as opposed to, hey, at the end of this, I have like a plan or a goal.
But at the end of the day, we all learn that collaborating with each other is more beneficial than working against each other.
Nah, facts. Well, they tell you that. I mean, when I first started on YouTube, it says that collaborate. It tells you that in the thing. I don't know if you've been on there way longer, but when I started in YouTube, it had like in a little on the sidebar or something, when you up in your little like studio, it used to say build your audience by collaborating with other creators.
Absolutely.
It used to say that. I don't know if it does now. And I was already on the collab because I seen the big like YouTubers and media platforms and hip hop collabing. So I was like, man, I'm with that, but man, everybody don't be with that, man. And now in this space that I'm in, it's like nothing is really too big or too small. No, to me, they can play the game like they're gonna like bigger platforms will find their way to make it seem like something's beneath them, but nothing is beneath them now when it comes to content. Nothing. Because of the fact that they might not bring you on a platform, but if you're trending on all the other blogs, you can make their platform.
See, here's how collaboration is so important because a platform that might have 1 million subscribers, that person can brag and boast all they want. But if I have 300,000 and you have a couple 100,000 and we got two more homies that got 300,000 or 400,000, us 4 or 5, we got over 1 million now. And we can collaborate together, you know. But hey, here's a comment here that I thought was interesting. This is coming from DJ IATP. He said that Tory and Megan are on the same level, and that's coming from a DJ that plays both their music. So I thought that was interesting.
That's an opinion, though. That's an opinion because and the reason I say that is because I feel like, you know, they both had their hit records. I don't like if you look at them, they in really like two different lanes, right? So Meg, she didn't have the commercial because she's with Rock Nation and everything, and she's top 3 in female rappers, undeniable. Since she came out, she instantly went to the top once she got her hit record. She top 3. Tory Lanez is not a top 3 rapper or artist in the male music. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's got more competition there. There's less female rappers for a person to be in the top 3.
No, that's facts.
But what about just overall dealing with streams? I think someone just left a comment here saying Megan doesn't stream. Here, I am A85 says Meg's music doesn't stream or sell. No, I don't know if that's true. I go to their YouTube platforms and I know Meg gets millions of views on her videos.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, I don't even base, I mean, that stream or sell stuff, that right there, to me, is, that's a numbers game too, and everything like that. You got fake streams, you got real streams. I just look at what they put into Megan, man. They didn't have her on Popeyes commercials. They put her on every big festival. You know what I mean? She's like she's industry. Like, she's really industry. They have her all over the place. She's done music with the top rappers. She did music with Beyonce. I think, like, you know, and Tory Lanez, he most definitely is lit and stuff and then put out hit records. I just think that what she's been privy to as an artist has been way bigger than what he has. Like, they made her the face of female rap. It was Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and then her. And then she became hotter than Nicki Minaj. I mean, than Cardi B.
DJ IATP says Tory is more talented and got more potential. Megan is a decent rapper with a fine ass body and easy to market.
Yeah, I'll say that he's more talented. I'll you know, that's an opinion also, but I'll agree with that. Like, for sure.
Hey, I think that this guy Tory Lanez, just on a personal level, this guy must have so much game. I mean, he pulled Megan. He was with Kelsey, and then he was over there flirting with Kylie Jenner. Like, this guy has the charm of Mr. Valentino.
Nah, that's you know, that's just the gift of gab. Really, that's what it's all about.
And what's so impressive about whatever he does, the dude is only about 5'3" or 4, like Prince. You know, Prince was only about 5'2", but you know, he had all the women. And hey, Tory Lanez is probably
rule the nation.
Tory Lanez is the prince of hip hop, man.
Nah, conversation rule the nation, man. Conversation rule the nation. Then you could sing and shit. You know, you being a successful artist or a known artist yourself, you already, this industry is this industry, man. All these girls is like on, it's probably so many other dudes who didn't like in that circle, man, who all hit all these girls. That's just what they do. Like, they got the certain dudes, they got the new girl all the time, or they got all the girls behind the scenes. And like Hollywood is just always with Hollywood. This is just one that got exposed. You see what I'm saying? There's plenty of these going around where it's the rapper, he's hitting the girl that's in the industry, and he's hitting her friend, and then he's hitting on the other industry chick that be around too. And they just don't make it to the forefront. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, if he's found not guilty, and it's sad to say, this might be an incredible boost to his career after a not guilty verdict.
Well, he doing the numbers regardless. I mean, this the thing. He's 100% independent right now. And so whenever he drops, he does good numbers. Most definitely, his numbers go crazy. When he drops for somebody that's independent, he hasn't been able to get the mainstream push. He's only been able to get like he can't get the playlisting and stuff like that. But he's still making a bag when he drop regardless. So it's like, man, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, people he got the fan base that's locked and loaded. It's just, I think that people in the industry will choose to rock with him more. Like some people probably fell back a little bit from him after everything was going on, but the rest of the industry be like, you know what? If he put out a hit record, we're gonna get behind it.
All right, Big Ann, I appreciate you tapping in. I'm about to jump on with DJ Banks, and then I'm gonna log on out, man. But I appreciate you checking out the updates.
For sure, man. Keep them up, man. I'll be on there tomorrow watching.
All right, y'all. Check out Urban Politicians TV. Go hit that subscribe.
For sure.
All righty. There he goes. We're gonna hear with DJ Banks.
Hey, what's good, man?
What's on your mind?
Hey, man, you doing a good job doing this, man. I'm giving you your props and your flowers. Hey, you're doing very well.
Thank you, bro. Where you tapping in from?
Shit, I'm down here. I DJ down here in South Padre Island, so I DJ all over Texas, like for all the rappers, and you know what I'm saying. So that's basically what I was saying in the comments, because when it comes to music, like music, that's my life. So I know the numbers and all that. Megan, yeah, she's a little bit more famous than Tory, but Tory had put up like wild numbers like 2, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Like Tory was killing it. You know what I'm saying? But
hey, if they could have worked it out, their relationship, and really took each other serious, they could have been a hell of a industry couple.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But Tory, like, you know what I'm saying? I see him in the club a few times. Like he kind of corny, but he cool. But everybody likes him. You know what I'm saying? That's why. You know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, he got that charm. Like he got that player charm. So a lot of these rappers co-sign. Like Drake is the biggest rapper out, and even Drake dropped his beef with him, and you know what I'm saying, hopped on a song with him. You know what I'm saying? He put Tory Lanez on OVO Fest. You know what I'm saying? Megan Thee Stallion ain't never did OVO Fest, and every festival that Megan Thee Stallion is doing, Tory Lanez was on it too before this case happened.
So is this a big story in Texas, being that these two star witnesses are from Texas?
For sure, bro. Like everybody out here talking about it. Like I'm down here with all the Mexicans. Like I'm down here like towards the border. Like even the Mexicans talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. It's crazy, man. Like Houston got them crazy girls. Like Megan Thee Stallion. She's a perfect example of what Texas girls are. Like they sexually aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So hell yeah, everybody down here talking about this shit. I'm pretty sure all the people they went to high school and college with, I know everybody talking about it. Like I was on Twitter a while ago, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they the #1 trending topic.
Yeah, definitely Megan's aggressive. She comes off very aggressive when she testified. She comes off a little bit masculine.
Yeah, like she real masculine.
But she's in good shape. She's fit.
Now you should have seen it when she first came over. When she first came out, she was fit. know what I'm saying? Like go back, like you go to her videos, like go back 4 or 5 years ago. Man, she was built. Like now she getting kind of like she kind of getting a little chunky. Know what I'm saying? But in Texas, know what I'm saying? We like that big booty. Know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I like the way she came to court with her natural hair. She had a little short bob. I think that was the best hairstyle I ever seen on her. But I know in the industry they want you to throw those long fake weaves on. But she came in looking very conservative.
yeah, but know what I'm saying? But this other lady, because academics, and I forgot the other lady name, but she was pretty much judging because I ain't gonna lie, when Megan had them titties out, man, she had them titties showing in that purple suit though.
Yeah, she was showing a little bit of cleavage in that outfit, but it wasn't a lot. It was just a little bit. I don't know. It depends on how the photo was taken, but just watching her on the stand, it didn't look that revealing.
Yeah, and it was crazy when Onk was on there talking about, why you lying on that boy? Why you lying on that boy? I know you seen that.
No, what are you talking about?
Now, when Megan was like, there's a video where Megan is barely showing up to the court and she outside, and there's like this one dude in the background, like, oh, why you lying on that man?
Oh, yeah. I did see that. You can't see him though, right? Someone off camera is
saying
something.
Then the same dude, when Kelsey leave the court today, or no, I think she was walking in, the same dude was like, hey, why you shoot her? Why you shoot her? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man. But nah, man, I think the whole case, like I was saying it earlier in the group chat, like, man, I think they just need to dismiss this whole case because Megan lying, Kelsey lying, know what I'm saying? Like they lies are getting them in trouble, bro. Like, I don't think it look good for nobody, bro. Like I don't like. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's looking better for Tory and Kelsey," but know what I'm saying. To me, I think it look like it make everybody look bad on there or whatever. Like everybody's looking bad to me.
Yeah, everyone does look bad. It's a big mess. I mean, even Tory looks bad, but I can't see 12 jurors finding this man guilty after what we heard in court today. I felt that Megan's testimony was enough for reasonable doubt, but when you had Megan's testimony with Kelsey's testimony today,
Man, oh my gosh,
there's no way. There's no way though. I feel like I witnessed the entire prosecution's case slip out of their hands today. I was just like, wow, this is incredible.
No, like Kelsey, man, I ain't gonna lie, she flipped the whole script. Like she flipped the whole script or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. Like this shit went crazy. Like once she got up there and started saying all that and said she lied, like, is it still going? Because I don't see you no more.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I accidentally popped out. So what were you gonna say about Kelsey?
Kelsey, she changed the game. Like, man, everybody got lost in the sauce after she started talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, she like I feel like she kind of confused everything. Know what I'm saying?
It's very confusing because she made all these statements to the prosecutor in September. So this was what, 3 months ago. She was completely on board with prosecuting Tory Lanez. So I don't know if that was planned. Did she deliberately give them all these statements in September to do what she did today? Or did she have a change of heart after September?
Man, I think they had a good ass game plan. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man, that can go to the Super Bowl with that game plan they came out with. Golly, like she tore it up. And I think she just hate Meg, bro. Like, cause like I feel like it would have been different. Like I feel like she would have said like different stuff if she was still cool with Megan. But whatever happened that night, like she's not fucking with Meg. Like she's not fucking with her at all.
Well, it all has to do with as she calls it, Megan backdoored me again.
And shit, that's what hoes do. Like me being a DJ, man, I see it every week. Like a hoe fuck me, turn around, fuck one of my other DJ partners. Like they go to, they go down the line. Like, know what I'm saying? Like down here, like I'm pretty sure that happened everywhere, but I know down here in Texas, bro, like girls won't want what you have. So they find a nigga, other girls gonna want to smash that same nigga. So it's kind of crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tory, man, he's a player, bro. That guy is a player. Like, I'll give him that. Like he won with that situation. To two sexy black ladies, oh yeah, he won. But
but
no,
all that playing could almost cost him his freedom now.
Yeah, that's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I don't know, man, and shit, I don't blame him for trying to shoot a shot at Kylie Jenner, bro. She a bad too, bro.
But
Bro,
Kylie's all made up though. Those lips ain't hers. That face ain't hers. That body's not hers.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I still smash. So shit, I still smash. But damn, like I don't know, man. Like pussy, like they always told me, pussy can get your ass in trouble, for sure. And like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm starting to think that Kelsey, you know what I'm saying? Because she was saying like, oh, I don't want to incriminate myself, man. I'm starting to think she shot him.
Hey, it's certainly possible. She has gunshot residue on her hand, and their theory is that Tory shot from the front seat, but guess what? Tory was sitting in the back seat. So how in the course of 5 seconds, maybe 8 seconds at the most, does Tory go from the back seat behind Quan and end up in the front seat shooting? Yeah, it's possible that he jumped over, but he jumped over, you got the gun, you cocked the gun and started shooting. Who knows? I don't know. But it's definitely reasonable doubt. Definitely there's some reasonable doubt here.
Yeah, man. It's like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's hard to figure it out, man. Like, I know, man, I know the jury, I know they're gonna have a hard time with this one. Like, man, I say just call it even. I say just call it even. Should dismiss this mug. Everybody go their separate ways, man. Like, it's too confusing for me. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to say who shot who.
Yeah, it's confusing. This is probably one of the most bizarre cases that I've ever had to watch in terms of the credibility of the witnesses, man. But hey, DJ Banks, I appreciate you tapping in, man. I'm about to end this stream, man, but I appreciate you watching the updates.
Nah, I got you, man. Hey, I appreciate you having me on here, and keep doing what you're doing, bro. You're doing a good job out here.
All right, there he goes, DJ Banks tapping in from South Padre Island, Texas. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I got to be in court in the morning. They're gonna have a 10 a.m. start. If you're in Los Angeles, come through downtown Los Angeles. Kelsey Harris will be back on the stand. She's still under direct examination. The defense attorney hasn't even cross-examined her yet. And of course, now the defense attorney has overnight. That's the beautiful thing about when a witness has to come back the next day. It gives you more time to prepare. And I'm sure the defense attorney has a very specific strategy of what he's going to ask Kelsey, what he's trying to get out of Kelsey. And he had all night to figure this out. I'm sure he already had a strategy if he had to cross-examine her today. I'm saying today, but it's already almost 1 a.m. here. But having an additional day to use to go over what she already said and to strategize your cross-examination, it's going to be probably an excellent cross-examination by Tory Lanez defense attorney tomorrow morning. So on that note, I'm going to call it a night, and I will tap in with you guys mañana.